Hello friends, my name is Kishan and welcome you in this video tutorial. In this video tutorial we are going to talk about the comparator interface. Uh, Comparator in Java 7 had just two methods, compare and equals. The enhanced comparator in Java 8 now has 18 methods. Yes, 16 more methods. So if you go to the comparator interface and press Ctrl O, then you can see there are almost 18 methods now in comparator interface from Java 8 onwards. Comparator is an official functional interface as well from Java 8 onwards. So if you look into the comparator interface, on the top of this interface, then you can see this interface has annotated with @functional interface. That means it is a functional interface from Java 8 onwards. And functional interface is having only one abstract method. So if you look into the comparator interface, then this interface has only one abstract method. But if you scroll down, you could see one more abstract method, but this method is getting coming from the object class. So if you create a class and try to implement this interface, then compiler will force you to implement only compare method, because implementation of equal method is already available in the object class, and object class is the super class of all class. Okay, so comparator has undergone a major enhancement in Java 8 while still retaining its essence, which is to compare and sort objects in collections. Comparator now supports declarations via lambda expression, as it is a functional interface. Comparator has a new method is called comparing. If you press Ctrl O, then you have a method is called comparing, right? So you have a method is called comparing, and comparing has a different overloaded method. So method comparing, which uses an instance of java.util.Function interface, right? It's a function interface. It specifies using lambda expressions or its equivalent method reference for comparator instance creation. In addition, multiple sort criteria can now be clubbed using comparing with than comparing method. The range of new capabilities is rounded off with methods for using natural comparison ordering, inbuilt null handling, and sort order reversal. In this series of video tutorial, we will first take a quick look at how comparator were used before Java 8. We will then take an in-depth look at the new comparator has evolved into a enhanced comparison and ordering utility in Java 8. So how comparator was used prior to Java 8? Until Java 7, comparator interface could be used in only single way. Given a collection of objects of type T to sort, one would create an implementation of comparator interface, override the compare method of interface with the desired comparison logic, and use collections.sort method, right? So in this example, let's create a class is called employee, and this class, in this class, let's keep this class in the different package. I would say com.infotech.model, and we'll keep this class in this package. Okay, and I'm going to add two fields in this. For simplicity, I'm gonna use only two fields, name as well as age. So name of the employee and as well as age of the employee. Now let's create a constructor. So we have option generate constructor using fields, and let's create a getter method of these two fields. So I have to select getters, so this will create a getter, and finally I'm gonna override to string method so that object of a state we can print in nice format. Okay, very simple model class. Now here I'm going to create a list, so list, and I would create list of employee, and I would say emp list and new array list. Control Shift O for organize import, and in this list I'm going to add some employee object. So list is having an add method which accepts object of employee. So here I would specify employee name, like you can specify employee name like Davish, and age let's suppose 30. So I'll add some more object. Second employee I'm going to add Alice, whose age is 23. Then Barry, his age is 34. Then let's add Martin, age is 35, and some more employee like James, age is 45. Okay, so I have created a list with a few employee object, right? So this list I want to sort based on the employee name. So there were a couple of ways to sort this list of employee based on the employee name. So first approach, I'm going to create a separate class I'm going to create a separate class like employee name sorter, and this guy will implement interface is called comparator. And generics I'm going to take employee itself. So here, as I said earlier, this class contains one abstract method is called compare. So this method you will have to override. Basically this comparator I have shown you, this comparator contains two abstract method, right? So first is a compare and second is the equals, but equal method implementation is already available in the super class of this class, right? Super class of this class is by default object, and if you go to the object class, then you can see implementation of equals is already available, right? That's why this is not forcing you to override equals method in this class. Okay, so here I'm going to write a sorting logic, desired sorting logic. So here we have two objects, suppose E1 and E2. Then I would write, so here I want to sort employee based on the employee name. So E1 dot get name, and this will give you the string, right? Return type of this is a string itself, and a string we have a compare to method, right? So let's call compare to method, and we will extract name field from second object, so get name. So this callback method will be called for sorting, and this will sort the employee based on the name. And now we can make use of this class to sort this list of employees. Now collection java.util.Collection, we have a class is called collections, right? It says utility class which is having a method is called sort, right? So sort method, so I'm talking about the second sort method, which accepts list of t or list, and second argument is the comparator. So let's use this. So here list we can pass, and here second parameter will have to pass the object of comparator, which just we have created, like new. Here we have created employee name sorter, right? So just you need to pass the uh, empty object. And if you try, so let's iterate this loop using enhance for loop, and here let's print the state of object. So we have overridden equals to string method in employee, so this will print the state of object in nice format. So this here we are going to print before sorting, and after sorting we want to print it again. List of employee we want to print after sorting. So here you can say before sorting and after sorting. So you call this, right? After sorting we can print list of employee as well. So after this line will be executed, this list of employee will be sorted based on the name. Sorry, after sorting. If I run this application, then I can show you. So before sorting, so basically list basically maintains the order. In what order you have inserted in this list, you will get the elements in the same order, right? So we got the elements in the same order, but after sorting based on the name, you can see, so list is shuffled. List is basically sorted based on the name itself, right? And we got the sorted list based on the employee name. So this is the one of the way to sort list of employees. Another way we can sort employees, so let's copy this client project and paste into over here with the name client2. And second way, if you don't want to create a separate sorter class, then you can make use of the here. If you don't want to create a separate sorter class, then directly you can override comparator method using anonymous inner class. So comparator, you can write anonymous class over here, and here you can pass employee, and this is the anonymous class. This is forcing you to override again equals compare method. And why this guy is throwing an error? Not comparable but comparator, sorry. So let's comparator, okay. And here basically this just will have to do copy paste, nothing else. So I think compiler, there is some compiler version issue. So if you remove this guy, then okay, import it. So error has gone. Again try to put. So I think compiler is pointing on 1.4, that's why this error was giving. If I run it now, then you'll get the again this first we are displaying in the unsorted list, and after that just we are sorting, and logic we have written within the anonymous class itself, and here you'll get the almost same result, right? So these are the couple of ways you can sort list before Java 8 till Java 7. These are the way to sort list of object. So in next series of video tutorial, I'm going to show you how there are a lot of methods, new methods have been added in JDK 1.8. So how to make use of this newly added method in Java 8. So you can see, so